What is up, Nerd Nation? It's your boy Hunter here for Film Nerd TV, and tonight we have two reaction videos for you guys. This is the first one, and this is part of the huge team championship match, which we'll get to after this Innergeekdom match. This Innergeekdom match is Winston Marshall taking on newcomer to the league, Emily Rose Jacobson. So, this is Innergeekdom. You guys know that's my specialty. I love Innergeekdom. Hopefully we do well on this one. After this one, I'll upload the Innergeekdom match, and then we'll come right back here to do another reaction video, which will be for the team titles as the champions, the Shire Wolves, take on Critically Acclaimed. Let's get into the IG match right now.
The thing I'm most excited about tonight, what do you got, is this movie trivia game.
Alyssa Milano.
That is correct. Wow! Before Matthew Broderick.
Tri-Santa Tourist Top.
Tri-Santa Tourist Top. There's that Daniel costume.
It is all time. This is heated. Mila Jovovich. Very close. That's the famous Stallone mug.
I want to know if you do yourself the honor of maybe like kind of marrying me.
That blue fairy thing, screw
Yeah.
me.
Watch Pinocchio, it's the blue fairy guy.
Whoa!
Wow.
We just went explicit.
Wow.
Arloff is upset. Dude,
Don't even look me in the eye. He's upset about that blue fairy.
he's red in the face.
Yeah. Christian Harloff. That blue fairy sucks my balls. I got the right answer.
How many points?
I did not bet enough points.
What? JTE!
I win?
Winner!
I'm a firm believer in trial and error, and I believe my client is on trial. It's in error.
Mark Riley is your winner, advancing to the next round. This is a destruction. Jute has no points left, and Mark Riley is the winner. All right, Riley, you won the entire Ultimate Schmoedown. You get the belt. Peace out, Mother F's.
Go check out the audio editions, everybody. I wish I was going there so bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. 40 competitors going at it. Who's going to be the last person standing? 5 competitors will start at the table. People who have the lowest amount of points on the desk will be eliminated, and then new competitors will enter.
You never know who's coming down the ramp next.
You guys can be there to watch it all go down in downtown LA. Give it up for John Humphrey. Wow, Irwin has not missed. Head to head to head to head to figure out who is the ultimate champion here. This is something special.
Here we go. Innergeekdom, baby. Winston Marshall is one of my favorite competitors to watch. Dude, he's so entertaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Innergeekdom Division 1, a match we have today. This is Ken, the Pit Boss Knapsack. I am Premier League mark, Baby Carrots Ellis. You know, Ken, our dream as adults is one day be the announcers for a minor league baseball team. Today, we have two, I don't want to call them minor leaguers, but I know this. They're about to step up to the majors.
What the word you're looking for is prospect, Mark. These are prospects, some who've got a taste of action, some who are making their debut, but all competitors fresh to the Innergeekdom division here today.
That's right. Winston Marshall, not exactly fresh to the Schmoedown. You guys have probably seen him compete in the team
fresh, though.
Division. He is he's the very definition of fresh. In Anarchy, he was thrown together with Stacey Howard, and they competed very well against the Founding Fathers. But I think Winston looked at the landscape of the Schmoedown. He looked at having a teammate, and he said, you know what? I was backstage at a live event. I watched the Innergeekdom happen. I think I'm throwing my hat in that ring. How do you think he fares?
Well, you know, there's something to be said about realizing, yeah, you got friends, you got teammates, but you want to step up and do it yourself. It's like when you get to the second hour of Top Golf and you're lining up and you're like, this is all me. It's not about my friends.
It's not about Josh Makuga coaching you anymore, though we may need it. So now you look at the other side of the ledger. You look at the challenger in today's match, a young lady who has never competed in the Schmoedown until right now, and that is Emily Rose Jacobson. She knows a hell of a lot about the Innergeekdom. She has some strengths, maybe some weaknesses on that wheel too. She's going up against somebody who knows a lot about the Innergeekdom and definitely can talk some trash.
You know, here's the thing. Emily Rose Jacobson, which sounds like a great character in some kind of graphic novel. Like, it just really does. Like, she's going to solve some problems there. She's a rising personality in the geek community. She knows her stuff, but then you've got to bring the knowledge into the Schmoedown and see if you can compete with the fires burning around you and Winston across from you in the crowd, RB3 staring at you from behind the camera. It's intimidating, but I have a lot of faith in her ability and her knowledge, so this is going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, you look at the landscape of the Innergeekdom division right now. You have your Mount Rushmore, and then you have a lot of contenders chomping at the bit to get chiseled right alongside them. And now we take a look at the pre-interview for today's match.
We got pre-interviews right now. This new editing cut is incredible, guys.
Well, my confidence level for my first ever Innergeekdom match going in, I'm feeling probably about at a strong 7. I've been really practicing this week, and I've had a great trainer, my cute boyfriend, Adam Hlavik, really helping me prep for this, and I'm just really filled with excitement at this point. So, yeah, we're cresting on that nice 7 right now.
I'm by myself. So the thing is, I can't have Eric or Stacy carry me anymore, all right? Now it's time for me to get out here and talk a lot of shit.
I'm feeling really, really strong, and I know that throughout these next couple of weeks and months, I'm just going to keep studying, keep rewatching films, and really just rise in the ranks in the Innergeekdom.
I really only know like 5 things. Pixar, Disney, MCU, something about Batman, Ninja Turtles. That's about it.
Definitely Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and the MCU. Still working on that DCU, Marvel, and DC, but those main 3, that's what I've got.
I'm not here for a belt. Who needs a belt? I'm wearing joggers. I don't need a belt. I'm just here to get in your head.
Well, yesterday I ended up slamming my toe against a vacuum cleaner, and so I've got a bandage, I've got it splinted. The pain will inspire my competition today.
If I get exposed, I get exposed, man. It is what it is, but I'll tell you this. Don't let me get on a run, because I will dance the entire match. It's a whole different Winston, dog. Y'all don't even know about this yet.
You know what? We're both amazing and awesome geeks, and you know what? May the best geek win.
It's gonna be a fun match.
All right, well, Ken, you see there, Winston Marshall saying he doesn't necessarily need a belt in his future. He's just here to get inside his opponent's head. But his opponent today, Emily Rose Jacobson, now we saw from that interview, she clearly is good friends with Adam Hlavik. She knows how to be coached. She knows how to learn. She knows how to prepare herself for a match like what we have today.
Look, yeah, it looks like her and Adam Hlavik have gone out for a few raspberry phosphates.
Leave room for the Holy Ghost.
And I think I think Adam has a lot of experiences, and if he can give any kind of insight, it'd be valuable. But this is about Emily striking out and making a name for herself today, and I think she's motivated. And Winston, you know, I love this guy. I once at a Schmo live event, me and him alternated taking prom photos. We held each other for about an hour for all the photos at the fan meet and greet. And I love this guy, but let's see if he can really step up today.
All right, well, go to Ken's Facebook page for more on those images. But like we said, Ken, these two competitors are just one of many
many who are looking at that match and saying, one day that's going to be me.
Absolutely. The title is the goal. Yeah, unless you're Winston and you don't need belts,
Have
kind of like
my,
me at a buffet.
trusty
But
notebook right here with
I think he still wants the title.
Let's move on to notable accomplishments. And I'm getting word from our producers that these competitors are about to have some notable accomplishments, but we don't necessarily have any yet. So, Ken, I'm just going to ask you, are you ready to do this thing today?
Yeah, you know, they've got some strengths, I'll tell you that. Little mini tail of the tape, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, MCU for Emily Rose, MCU, DC, and ninja movies. Obscure ninja movies for Winston. Surf Ninjas might come up today. So
Yeah,
I
ninja
think now
movies.
we're ready, Mark.
We are ready, and that means it's time for the movie Trivia
Schmoedown.
Schmoedown. Handling the introduction duties today is the golden throat of Ken Knapsack.
All right, I'll do my best. And introducing first. Making her Schmoedown debut with a record of 0 wins and 0 losses, looking to make her mark today, Emily the Rose Jacobson.
Emily the Rose Jacobson.
Oh, she is
Stark Industries on the jacket, getting a Captain Marvel flair.
That is, little Stark Industries. I love Winterfell. I think they're going to take the throne.
That is actually a reference to Tony Stark, who factors into the MCU quite prominently.
Never heard of him, but her opponent, representing the world's finest, making his Schmoedown Innergeekdom debut, Winston Blackman Marshall.
Hey, here we go. Wait. Oh my God, there he is. Winston has appeared in glorious Dragon Ball Z fashion.
Is that what that is?
That is the character of Goku. If this is tutelage, has served me well.
That was
Is
cool,
it Goku
man. That was
who is
really
a
cool.
hero in the world of DBZ. Will Winston be the hero today?
That
He
is
certainly
fantastic.
has multiple suds at his disposal. The Rose only with a glass of water. Now, Emily, I noticed there was a bit of a limp as you got to your desk. Are you okay? Are you physically able to compete today?
You know what? I'm in a little bit of pain, but I'm gonna power through it. And I'm gonna use.
The Innergeekdom has a history of competitors
Yeah.
playing through the pain. Winston, you look like you're on cloud 9, not a care in the world.
Yeah, this is my Nimbus cloud right here. It's pretty good.
He
You know.
pours his beverage of choice. We will get into the rules in round number 1 for the Innergeekdom division. Here's how it's going to work. It's the first of 3 rounds in today's match. You're going to hear 10 questions from 10 different corners of the Innergeekdom galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. We're going to ask you a question from up here at the answer desk. Once you hear the question, simply write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard we have provided. So kindly, we gave you a magic marker as well. Now you write that down. Try to keep your penmanship legible, because once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show that whiteboard to the camera and so we can see it at the same time you say it into the microphone. Now I'll remind each competitor that you have about 15 seconds to get that question answered. If you need to buy yourself some more time, or you just need to think of the answer, you can use one of your 3 JTE rules, which you can use throughout the duration of the match. You also each have 1 challenge to use. Ken, I think I got all the rules out of the way. How'd that sound to you?
It sounded great. The JTE rules named after the famed Ecuadorian scooter rider, Josh Tappan.
Winston, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
The Rose, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Let's do it.
Here we go. 3 rounds to a finish.
Ken Knapsack will be asking the first question.
All right.
The Innergeekdom match.
First question comes in the category of Star Trek. Star Trek. In the opening sequence of Star Trek Into Darkness, the crew is trying to stop what natural disaster from happening on planet Nibiru?
I hear that on planet Nibiru they are opening a Topgolf.
We should go. We should probably go.
Ken and I, early investors in Topgolf.
Early investors in
Go to
Topgolf.
5, 4,
It's a
3,
volcano eruption.
1. Pens down. Winston, your answer was?
A volcano eruption?
It
That's
was,
correct.
in fact, a volcano eruption with the illustration to accompany it. Did the Rose have
Mass
it?
extinction.
It was not mass extinction, although a volcano can contribute to that. Emily finds herself in an early 1-0 hole.
Yo,
next to
real
Winston.
talk. I've never seen a Star Trek movie before, so that was.
I've only seen those two.
I just summoned all my ki for that one.
So
That's
good.
all
I've seen that one twice.
Let's hope the luck doesn't run out early there.
Winston
for
does not know
Marshall.
Star Trek, but he does know his history on the planet Nibiru.
He does.
Your next question comes from the world of Middle Earth. This is Middle Earth. Could be Lord of the Rings, Hobbit movies, some appendices in there if they were in the movies. Your question is, what is the name of the character played by Hugo Weaving in the Middle Earth films? I don't know how long we've been doing this, but I like that we're calling it the Middle Earth films.
That makes some sense
You
there.
know?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, where we're trying to stretch it into 6 movies. 5, 4, 3,
Faramir?
2, 1. Pens down. The Rose, what do you have?
Ander, I know it's close.
It is
No.
not Ander.
No.
Does Winston have it?
If it makes you feel any better, I just wrote high elf white hair.
I mean,
That's his nickname in the streets. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all were using his government name.
Yeah.
That's his street name.
that's true.
Street name.
Elrond.
Elrond.
The name we were looking
Lord
for.
Elrond.
1-0 there. Going to the third question. Category is MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Frank Grillo appears by which villain name in Captain America: Civil War?
The name of the character there.
Looking for the character.
I am
there.
a Frank Grillo supporter.
He's
Can you
got
repeat the question?
We got one.
JT.
We got one. Frank Grillo appears by which villain name in Captain America: Civil War?
Anyway, back to my Frank Grillo praising.
He's got cheekbones that I really envy.
Got good
Like
cheekbones.
that.
Guy clearly works out. Takes Centrum.
Just,
Winston, a fumble.
looking for an answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Crossbones.
Winston.
Crossbones?
That's correct for a point.
It is Crossbones. Can the Rose get on the board?
I just did Winter Soldier. Armin Solo.
Hey, it's still an answer, although it is incorrect. And so now Winston taking an early 2-0 advantage. And can we see so many times with rookies up on the desk under the white hot
Technically
spotlight, you got to get that first point, and then you start building some momentum.
It's kind of like a stand-up comic needing to get that first laugh. I've been waiting 10 years for that.
It's right around the corner, I promise you, buddy.
Yeah.
Maybe in Chicago, April 12th.
Oh.
Harry Potter is the next category, and in the world of Harry Potter, your question is, Helena Bonham Carter first appears as the villainous Bellatrix Lestrange in which Harry Potter film?
That's a good question.
That's a great character. She reminds me of every girl in high school I tried to date.
Bellatrix Lestrange or Helena Bonham Carter?
Little column A, little column B.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Order of the
Pens down,
Phoenix.
and we go to the Rose.
The Goblet of Fire.
It is not the Goblet of Fire. Does Winston
It's
have
Order of the Phoenix. Damn it!
it? It is Goblet of It is Order of
Order of
Phoenix.
Phoenix,
Order of the
yes.
Phoenix. Winston also had the
I actually had trouble
Goblet
with
of
that one
Fire,
right
and we
there.
move on to the world of Marvel movies, and the question will be asked by Mr. Knapsack.
All right, fifth question, category Marvel. Marvel in Venom. Who played Eddie's girlfriend, Anne?
Oh.
You ever see the Venom? I know you don't make every movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen a
name?
movie
It's like-
since 2015.
Well, hopefully your parents will release that embargo they have
Yeah.
on their son's viewing habits. Go to 5, 4,
Big old goose
3,
egg. I don't know.
2, 1. We are simpatico, and we go to Winston for the answer.
I got nothing.
He does not have it. Does the Rose?
I'm going to say a good actress.
It is a good actress.
Hey, let's
Michelle. The crowd so wanting the Rose to get on the board. They cheered for her answer.
They did.
A good actress. Need a little more specificity than that. The answer is Michelle Williams.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
From
right.
Michelle Williams.
That's right.
So we move on to heroes and villains. Heroes and villains, and your question is, who plays former Wetwork agent Victoria Winslow in 2010's Red?
After I have dinner at Sizzler, I'm a wet work agent.
That is a very gross joke. And I
It
will
is.
not go down the rabbit hole.
It is.
I won't go to Sizzler. Had a burger there one time. Never going back.
I can change your mind.
5, 4,
Helen
3,
Mirren?
2, 1. Pens down. We go to the Rose.
Not Liv Tyler.
It is not Liv
It's
Tyler.
it's definitely not Liv Tyler.
Does Winston have it?
No, I don't. I'll put the woman from Weeds, but that's not it at all. I
Good
need to
show,
yeah.
but no.
Nah.
A very good show. The answer is Helen Mirren. The
That's bull that.
Mirren.
Look at that.
I just kept wanting to say Meryl Streep, but that's not right.
It is not right.
And it feels like, as opposed to one competitor getting the other one's head, it feels like our dear head writer, Chris Galiski, is in both of their heads right now. The answers are on the tip of their tongue, Ken. They can't quite muster it in time to get it on the whiteboard. The next question comes from what world?
Seventh category is DCEU. DCEU, a recent article at Playboy.com written by Mark Ellis, says that the DCEU might eventually pass Marvel's MCU. They're playing the long game. Check it out on Playboy.com.
Drunk when I wrote it, Ken. Back to you.
All right. The question is, who plays Mira in Aquaman?
Okay, so I asked you about Venom.
Yeah.
I don't even need to bother asking you about Aquaman.
No, I just rewatched season 1 of Game of Thrones.
Okay. Well, that's very healthy viewing habits you have there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to go to Winston.
I mean, we were just talking about this, Amber Heard.
It is, in fact, Amber Heard. Did the Rose have
I
it?
said Catherine Tate.
Everybody wants her to get the correct answer to get on the board. Now, Winston only with a 3-0 lead, so not taking full advantage, but we move on to the last 3 categories in round number 1. And your next one is going to be in the wild, wonderful world of a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars. Star Wars. We have some fans here today, and your question is, what is the name of Ben Mendelsohn's character in Rogue One? Just need the last name. Just need the last name here.
I can't compete.
You are not allowed to compete, but I will let you say the answer.
Okay.
And this one may have stumped them again. Man, I'm not seeing a lot of activity. Winston thinks he's got something.
Winston's working.
5, 4, 3,
question mark.
2, 1. Pens down. We go to Winston. What do you have?
Can I have Ken answer it for me?
You may not have Ken. This is not Phone a Friend.
Diego Luna?
It is not Diego Luna. That's just another actor in the movie. Did the Rose have it?
I just threw a smiley face with a thumbs up.
Smiley face?
We were looking for director Orson Callan Krennic, or Krennic would have been accepted there.
He even got the middle name.
This would have gone a lot
I would have got
better.
you a point. I
wouldn't have had the whole audience laugh at me.
Yeah.
That's, no.
That's also part of the
At
fun,
least you
right?
answered, you guessed with an actual actor from the film instead of a drawing.
Yeah.
Drawings work.
It's a nice illustration.
3-0 lead here. 3-0 lead. This is looking like the most recent Super Bowl. But let us go on to number 9 in the category of mixed bag. Mixed bag. Lena Headey plays Queen Gorgo in which 2006 film?
Need the title of that movie, Ken, and I thoroughly enjoyed the last Super Bowl. I know a lot of people didn't.
Can you repeat the question again?
We got a second repeat coming in. Lena Headey plays Queen Gorgo in which 2006 film?
Oh, wait.
I enjoyed the nap.
I almost screwed up here.
It wasn't the best game, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3,
I
2,
almost put Dread.
1. Pens down. We go to the Rose. Did you have it?
Nope.
She did not have it. Does Winston for a 4-0 lead?
I started to write Queen of the Damned, but that movie came out like way
It
before.
would not have been Aaliyah starring in Queen of the Damned. It was, in fact, 300. 300. A numeral that we will not get close to in this match.
Whoa, yeah.
Was that shade? I'm sorry.
It's a derivative. I mean, we got 3-0. You need one more zero, dog. So, like, you know.
Winston has a point.
So now we move on to your Patreon question. This is a Patreon question. It comes to you from our good friend Andy Schick. Give Andy a hand. Thank you, Andy, for supporting this program. If you are not yet a supporter of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon, check it out. Select which tier is right for you. Got a lot of live events coming up, a lot of articles, postcards you can check out. It's all at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. So Andy Schick wanted a question in the category of DC movies. These are DC movies, not necessarily DCEU. These could be any DC movies. And his question is, professional wrestler Robert Jeep Swenson played what DC villain in the year 1997?
It's a very good question.
I'm not going to give you the movie, just give you the year.
Great year. I had hair back that year.
I've seen pictures from that year, and you looked fantastic.
I had long hair.
Great alternative rock DJ.
This is actually really
5,
easy for you.
4,
in the movie.
3, 2, 1.
It's Bane.
Pens down. We go to the Rose.
Was it Bane?
It was
Yeah.
Bane.
Yeah! Good job, bro!
And a high five for Winston. Winston had it too. Here we go. Well, look at that, Ken. They they wrap up with, I would say, maybe the hardest question of the bunch with a Patreon question. They end up, Winston got a point as well, so it is now 4-1, and I feel like our kind barbs towards them maybe goose them into getting some correct answers.
Look, here's the thing. It's not about the score, it's about the win, and this is still a close game. 4-1 is a great score. Down 3 points going into round 2. Emily's not in a bad spot. Winston's got to grab control of this game if he wants to take it home. And I think we're ready for round 2.
In round number 2, here's how it works, competitors. Again, this is round 2 of 3 total rounds. This is known as the wheel round, the wheel of justice, doom, and both competitors' fates. You see that wheel right there? It's got 10 slices on it from 10 different corners of the Innergeekdom galaxy, as well as your typical opponents and spinner's choice. Each competitor gets a spin at the wheel. Whatever category you land on, you're going to have to answer 5 questions from that category. Each question is worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, there is stealing available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can simply say, I want multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. If you don't like the category you spin, you are allowed another spin as long as it didn't land on the doomed opponent's choice. And I'd like to remind everybody that the wheel for today's match is a sponsored wheel from our Schmoedown patron. Give a hand for Jeremy Hastings.
JGH!
Jeremy Hastings sponsoring
Stellar
the wheel.
Reactor.
His wheel-sponsored slices that he likes are the DCEU and the MCU, Ken. So he's a big fan of current comic book films. Thank you, Jeremy, for your support of the Schmoedown Patreon. So the Rose is on the board, Ken, with 1 point to her name. Winston Marshall has 4 points, meaning, Winston, you have the option of either spinning that wheel right now or deferring to your opponent.
Ladies first.
All right.
No.
All right, here comes the Rose again. Injury could be a
She's
factor.
going to limp on over, and that shows her grit, her determination to get this.
And look, she grabs the wheel from the wheel just the way you would. Didn't have to remind her about the peg situation.
Yeah.
And here it goes, round and round.
Still got the same pegs, but
we know that she likes what the Harry Potters,
Harry
the
Potters.
Earth. What's it going to land on?
It's a good spin. It's still going.
A good spin.
Ask the Star Wars.
Is it going to be DCEU?
DCEU. Do you want to?
It's one of Jeremy's slices.
Keep that, or do you want to spin again?
You want to spin again.
She's gonna spin again. She's gonna spin again. The spin is in. Spin is in.
All right. There goes that wheel.
Apologize.
Spinning round and around. You know, Ken, it may just be my my 38-year-old eyes, but I have a feeling that wheel ticker is getting a little tired.
It is getting tired.
I think we're due for a Home Depot trip.
Yep.
And this could be DC movies.
You don't know. It's opponent's choice.
Opponent's choice!
No.
That's the fear when you spin away from the DCEU. So, Winston, what slice would you like to give the Rose?
Well, again, since Ken has completely destroyed this category, I'm going to give her Star Wars.
Oh.
Wow, okay.
You've answered all of the questions, Ken.
So it's going to be Star Wars on the wheel. And because Ken is such a Star Wars fan, I will allow myself to ask the Star Wars question. I'm kidding, Ken, please. Without further ado, you may ask the Star Wars question.
Thank you, Mark. The Rose, you're going to get 5 questions in this round. 5 questions in this round. Question number 1. How many years after Episode 2 did Episode 3 take place?
Multiple choice.
A, 2, B, 3, C, 5, D, 10.
10?
3.
That is correct. That is correct. We got a point. We got a point.
That is a point.
All right. Next question. In Return of the Jedi.
My favorite movie.
It is. Who points to R2-D2 that if they fall out of the Ewok's net, it's a very long drop?
It was Jabba.
C-3PO.
That's correct for 2 points. We got a tie game.
Tie ball game, Ken.
Tie game. All right. Third question out of 5. What kind of creatures do the Tusken Raiders ride?
Multiple choice.
A, Minok. B, Tauntaun. C, Bantha. D, Rancor.
Rancor?
Bantha.
That's correct for a point. She takes the lead.
It's got to be a nice feeling to get the lead after a very tough round 1. She's starting to find her feet here in round 2.
Yes.
Even though one of those feet is currently broken.
Fourth question. In The Empire Strikes Back, my favorite Star Wars film, which character exclaims, "You're not actually going into an asteroid field," upon learning of Han's risky plan?
Leia.
That's correct for 2 points.
It's a very good movie. I don't want to take anything away
That's
from
right.
Empire.
Our princess, our general, Leia. All right, final question. Final question. Sticking with all right, final question yet. I started to read a Star Trek question. That would have been-
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
All right.
Bring that Trekkie stuff in here.
Boo! Boo!
As Jar Jar Binks said, settle, settle. How long did Han Solo serve in the Imperial Academy before abandoning it to join Beckett's crew?
Multiple choice.
A, 2 years. B, 3 years. C, 4 years. D, 5 years.
2 years.
2 years?
Incorrect. Possible steal?
3.
That is correct for a steal.
That's
1
a
point
big steal from Winston, but hats off to the Rose, who she spun
Absolutely.
opponent's choice. Winston saddled her with Star Wars, and yet she managed to have quite a favorable round number 2, despite that steal right there at the end.
Which I was just going to ask, did y'all just like reset all the questions or whatever? Like,
Still a lot of things.
Ken
Still a lot
answered
of things.
all the questions, so now we're back to square one. Winston, it is now your turn to spin the wheel. Please spin from the wheel and not the peg. And you don't have to give it your best Goku spin because the wheel's feeling a little tired today. Oh, here we go. Oh. Worry about that one. Here we go, Ken. Winston, if he gets on a run here, he's going to have quite an advantage going into round number 3. The potential for 10 points is out there right now.
Yeah, he does need this here.
Oh, but he could have spun opponent's choice, too. Spin Star Trek. He's going to spin again.
Spin again. Spin again.
Yeah, spinning away from Star Trek.
That would have been interesting. 2 opponent's choice.
The only thing Winston fears more than opponent's choice is the Star Trek way. So here it comes, and Ken, it could come back to haunt him again.
Hopefully he hasn't tipped his hand.
It's right
Has
there.
he tipped his hand?
It's
no,
right there. Is it gonna go?
Yes!
It goes to Harry Potter. Winston taking a few victory laps. Wow. That is quite a spin. Harry Potter. Oh, boy.
Look at that.
Such high drama.
MCU.
All right, so he's not able to will all the way to the MCU, but he is going to settle into the wild world of Harry Potter. And Winston, your first of 5 questions here in the world of Harry Potter. When wizards cast the spell Expectro Patronum, the spell takes the form of an animal. What animal does Luna Lovegood's spell turn into?
Oh,
I have no idea if that's an easy or hard question.
I don't.
why am I forgetting this one?
Multiple choice.
And we're going to go to 5.
Multiple choice.
Oh, excuse me. Your options are: is it A, a stag, B, a rabbit, C,
Rabbit.
a cat, or D, a horse?
Rabbit.
Pretty sure it's a cat.
It is not a cat for a 1-point steal.
Rabbit.
It is in fact a rabbit.
Yep.
All right.
Damn.
Your next question. Your next question in the world of Harry Potter, Winston. In the Harry Potter franchise, there are 3 unforgivable curses. What is the name of the curse that inflicts excruciating pain on the recipient?
Oh, that would be the Cruciatus curse.
If I mispronounce it, I'm not going to get it right.
We're a little lenient on the pronunciation.
Cruciatus.
It's like, just give me the multiple choice because it's like septum something. But
Is
give
it
me the
A,
multiple choice.
Avada Kedavra?
No.
D, Reducto Curse?
No.
C, Imperious Curse?
No.
Or D, Cruciatus Curse?
Cruciatus.
Oh, see, I know the oh shit, I know the words. It's like spectrum. Repeat the answers one more time.
That's going to be JT Roy, I believe.
Okay.
Is it A, Avada Kedavra, B, Reducto Curse,
Wait,
C,
so
Imperious
they do
Curse,
do
or
it?
D,
They do take one
Cruciatus
off
Curse?
for-
Cruciatus curse.
Give him a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for a point.
But it's like septum
You're thinking of the wrong spell.
am I?
Is the invocation.
Ah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, off camera, getting some
Oh, yeah.
advice on that question that was just asked, so no rules infringement. Your next question, Winston, this is your third one. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, who plays Down-to-Earth Witch and former Aurer Tina Goldstein?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Catherine Waterston, B, Gemma Arterton, C,
A,
Miranda Richardson,
Catherine Waterston.
or D, Alison Sudol?
A.
It is A for a point. Catherine Waterston is the answer.
He's hanging. He's hanging tough.
Your penultimate question that could possibly give you the lead in round number 2. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, how many points each were Harry, Ron, and Hermione deducted after being
5
caught
points
by
each.
Malfoy for wandering around after bed hours?
5 points each. For 12 and 15 points.
I have a solid guess, but I'm going to say multiple choice.
Is it A, 10 points, B, 15 points each, C, 25 points
wait,
each,
10.
or D, 50 points each?
C.
It is not C. Does the Rose have it for 1 point steal?
15 points.
You said
15 B?
it is actually 50.
50.
50 points each.
All
I
right.
thought so, but I was like, that's way too high for bedtime, but
Yeah, that's right. Damn it.
All right, Winston. Your last question. In the world of Harry Potter, in the Chamber of Secrets, what one word does Hermione write on the piece of paper Harry found in her hand after she had been petrified?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, basilisk, B, diary, C, myrtle, or D, pipes?
Basilisk.
A.
It is not A for the steal and the 2-point lead going into round 3, the Rose.
can I have a repeat?
Is it of the question or just the answer?
Just the answers.
The answers I can give you for free. A, basilisk, B, diary, C,
Diary.
myrtle, or D, pipes.
C Myrtle.
That is incorrect. We're looking for D, pipes.
Oh,
looking
right.
for
That's where the
That's where
basilisk
And
is.
so, Ken, a very tough question. As far as my knowledge goes, the Star Wars ones, I knew some of those. The Harry Potter ones, I don't know how to read.
Yeah.
Regardless, it is now 8-7, and we have us quite a competitive Innergeekdom match going into round number 3. It's 8-7. Emily the Rose Jacobson on top.
A field goal could decide this one here, and yeah, this is what we're talking about. You got to get to the finish line. The finish line is the win. It's not about the points. And Emily paced herself. She stayed in there, and it goes in the third round with the lead. So that's what's important. But Winston, I think, has got it in him. He knows these answers.
And this is the last round. This is the round that will decide the match. In round number 3, each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers range from 1 to 16. So you give us your 3 number choices. They each correspond to a different category up here at the answer desk. The first question we ask you is worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points and will determine the match. So, Emily, the Rose Jacobson, you are in the lead, so you give us your 3 numbers first. What do you like?
2, 8, and 14.
2, 8, and 14
Solid
are the
numbers.
numbers. And now Winston.
12, 10, and 7.
12, 10, and 7 for Winston. I'll be
Solid
administering
numbers.
Winston's questions. Ken will handle the duties for Emily the Rose. Winston, we start with you. You have a 1-point deficit, and you chose category 10.
12, 10, and then 7.
12. Yeah.
12, 10. I love when competitors switch the orders of the numbers. You switched 12. You chose number 12. And Winston, I'm not sure how you're going to feel about your category for 2 points. The question is, in the world of Star Trek movies,
Yeah, of course.
You know how I feel about it.
You know how I feel about it.
your question is, for 2 points, which Star Trek franchise star directed Star Trek Insurrection?
Jonathan Frakes.
Patrick Stewart.
That is incorrect. Looking for Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan
Frakes. He hosts a lot of ghost hunting shows, I believe, too.
I want to go ghost hunting.
He
With
also-
Jonathan Frakes. So now we stick with Winston.
The Unbelievable
Winston,
Show.
this is now going to be your 3-point question. It is from category number 10. You selected villains. Category of villains. And here's your question. In V for Vendetta, who played the totalitarian leader, Chancellor Sutler?
I very clearly have his face in my mind. Bald guy, goatee.
Same.
Fuck me.
Gonna go to 5, 4, 3,
Come to me.
2.
Multiple. JTE.
You're gonna use JT roll?
That's what I meant. JT.
Your question
JT,
is,
JT.
in V for
should have
Vendetta,
two.
who played the totalitarian leader Chancellor Sutler?
Ben Kingsley.
Not Ben Kingsley, looking for
No.
John Hurt.
Yep.
John Hurt is the answer. And so now, Winston, it all comes down to this for you, my friend. The 5-point question. You chose the category of, Ken, help me out.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars.
Da-da-da-da.
Star Wars. Please let these Star Wars stay.
Will Winston stay on the desk? Will he force Emily the Rose Jacobson to answer a question, or will this be a TKO? It all comes down to this question. Winston, for 5 points in the world of Star Wars, your question is, in Return of the Jedi, what type of ship ended up bringing down the Star Destroyer Executor?
A TIE pod. Or not a TIE pod. A TIE fighter.
You go to 5.
JT.
Last one.
Last one. In the film Return of the Jedi, what type of ship ended up bringing down the Star Destroyer Executor?
Just gotta take a shot, right? A Y-wing.
And your winner, with a final score of 8-7, Emily the Rose Jacobson. We were looking for the A-wing, piloted by Arthur
A-wing.
Krynet, the A-wing that took down the
Flies
Executor.
in there. We also would have accepted the front of a Cadillac. That's what was used for the crash scene. Ken, what a match we had here today. The score is
Great
not going
match.
to indicate it, but this was a back and forth match. Emily the Rose Jacobson finding her feet in round number 1 as Winston surged to the lead. It was a tough round 2 for Winston, and then round 3 just could not get the categories he wanted.
You gotta stick the
Scored
landing,
13
and that's
points.
not what happened today for Winston. But he is such an energetic and charismatic competitor. I hope we haven't seen the last of him here. I hope he can pull himself up and dust himself off and keep going. But Emily, what a debut coming in here. Yeah, she struggled early on, but like we kept saying, you gotta hang in there. You gotta dig deep. You gotta hang tough, like a New Kids on the Block song, and that's what she did.
She certainly had the right stuff, Ken, and now we are going to throw it to
Hey.
our post-game announcer, Emma Fife, who's going to have an interview with both the winner and the loser. Take it away, Emma.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Emma Fife, your Innergeekdom League commissioner here with the victorious Miss Emily Rose Jacobson. Emily, congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.
Now, Emily, I know that you were putting a lot of effort into preparing for this match. Were you surprised how you felt when you actually got out there on the desk under the lights?
Definitely the nerves definitely hit in that first round. I was just sitting there,
always
really
do.
just picking my brain.
Yes.
But as soon as I got that Bane question,
Exactly.
that's when the tides turned.
I was going to say, you got off to a slow start, but as you say, and as Mark was saying, once you get that 1 point, that kind of launches you on the trajectory of continuing to get points from there on out. Now, when you were given Star Wars in round 2, because you did unfortunately spin opponent's choice, how did you feel about that?
I was actually kind of happy. I had forgotten to list Star Wars as one of my strengths, and so I was more worried that it was going to be a lot more prequel, a lot more side movie questions, but the fact that it was a lot of the original trilogy really played in my favor.
And, your fears were very well founded because we do literally have an entire Star Wars league. And I think there was some strategy in what Winston was doing and giving you Star Wars, thinking, oh, we've asked every Star Wars question they could possibly ask. But turns out there's a lot of things you could ask about Star Wars.
Apparently. No, yeah, I was very terrified when he said that while giving me the category.
Yeah. Well, and you didn't actually even have to answer any questions in the final round there, though. Do you feel like because you'd gotten on such a roll after you say getting that 1 point and then performing quite well in round 2 that you could have continued that streak into round 3?
I think so, depending on the category. I definitely knew the answer
One
to
question,
Winston's Star
one
Trek
category
question,
at
so
a
that was
time.
kind of giving me a little bit momentum in that, okay, cool, if I have to go into this third round, I'm feeling really good about it.
Awesome. So I assume then that you're not done with Innergeekdom, and we'll see you back around these parts sometime soon.
Indeed. I am not finished here. I'm going to keep on climbing my way towards the top.
And next time, answering more questions in round 1.
Yes.
I have the utmost confidence in your abilities, Emily.
It was certainly a lot of fun watching that post-interview just now. And Emily, the Rose Jacobson, you cannot say enough about how exciting it is to have her and Winston. I would throw them in this category of worthy challengers to perhaps the eventual crown, or the better word would be belt.
Belt is a thing there. Yeah, I think what I learned today here is that we sometimes the lights will shake you. Getting in the ring for the first time will shake you, but it's all about staying through to the end. And I think that's what Emily did today.
You got to get those early punches. You got to absorb it, and then you can come back and answer some questions. That's exactly what we saw with an 8-7 victory of Emily the Rose Jacobson over Winston Blackman Marshall. What a match it was! Had a pleasure calling it with you, Ken. I want to remind everybody out there not only check out the Schmoedown Patreon, but also our live events coming up March 23rd. It's the free-for-all right here in Los Angeles. You can get tickets at the schmoedownlive.com. And do not forget about Star Wars Celebration. Hey, we're going to be there. April 12th is going to be a fatal 5-way in the convention center. The winner of that will go on to April 13th's live event at the Athenaeum Theater in downtown Chicago to face Alex Damon. You can also get tickets for my comedy show at markellislive.com, the schmoedownlive.com. Go to the websites. Use the HTTP. Ken Knapsack, where can the kids find you?
You can find me at Ken Knapsack across all social media platforms and hanging out with you all on the internet.
That's Ken. I'm Mark for Christian Harloff. We'll see y'all real soon around the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Feel good?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just do what we do. Go out there and keep calm.
All right, guys. So, that was the Innergeekdom match. We scored 13 points, which is not too shabby. We had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10 in round 1, which is also very good. So, up next is the team title match. Shire Wolves versus Critically Acclaimed. Tune in for that one. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to Thumbnerd TV below. I'm Hunter. I'm a Thumbnerd. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.